Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Brelynn and today I'm going to be doing a college advice series talking about my freshman experience. In particular, today I'm going to be talking about my first semester. So yeah, I'm going to split this video up into two parts, well really three. First, I did my NSO / move-in day / summertime before I came to college experience. Today I'm going to be doing the first semester and a couple of Q&A questions, and then I'll also do my second semester and maybe some more questions if you guys have them. So stay tuned. How's the sisterhood at Spelman? It is a sisterhood. I think the sisterhood is great, and not necessarily, well, I think Spelman is really strong when put against other people. Like, if I don't know somebody, if I know somebody's Spelman 18 and maybe I never really talked to her like that because I just didn't know her, but if I saw somebody like talking about something on social media, girl, we go to Spelman, we're sisters. Like, yes, like we're sisters. I think that that's like something that a lot of people do. Also, with other generations, I know that Spelman women look out for Spelmanites everywhere. I mean, whether this is in jobs or just like anywhere. If a Spelman woman figures out that you are a Spelmanite, or if a Spelman woman is trying to make you a Spelmanite, she will like, ooh, excuse me. Or if a Spelman woman is trying to make you a Spelmanite, she will definitely like show you a lot of attention. She'll hook you up. They'll connect you. Yeah, Spelman women like look out for Spelman women / Spelmanites, and I feel like that's a great sisterhood. Like, that's what I signed up for. So hey, I'm with it. Girl, you asked a lot of questions. What are some general things you need to know and prepare before you get to Spelman? I think you need to know your own personal goals. You need to know what you want to get into, what you want to accomplish. That's really basically it. And also, like, that goes along with like what you want to get out of school, because I know, well, I don't want to like tell my whole business to the world and like exactly what I want, but I think what I want, if you know what you, if you know what you want, not only out of life but in your college experience, then all 4 years you can work towards reaching that goal. But if you're just going into college and seeing where life will take you, then you'll probably still have a great time and you'll probably still accomplish some great things. But I feel like it's better to accomplish a goal, because or to set a goal, that way when you accomplish it, well, you can work to accomplish it. Because let's just say I wanted to be I didn't know what I wanted to do when I got into college, and then my third year I decided that I want to really be a news broadcaster. Well, then by the time I'm a junior, it's really hard for me to get an internship. Maybe my major doesn't go to it. I didn't join any organizations or clubs or meet any of the right people. If you know where you want to go, it's easy for you to get there because you can work towards it. So that's just what I think you need to know what you want to do. And that's just it. I'm talking so fast. You think that I'm drunk. I'm slurring my words. It's not only have to do with like academics and careers, but also like personal goals. If you know that you want to be on a team, be in an organization, have a certain title, etc., etc., there are little steps to get to where you want to be. So you should probably figure them out. That way that you're constantly preparing for them. Life is just one long preparation for your end goal. So yeah. Danny Moore wants to know, when did I know that I wanted to attend Spelman College? I knew that I wanted to attend Spelman. Okay, I was talking to my senior mentor, and she was saying like, you know, what are your top couple schools or whatever? What are you looking for? And I was saying that, you know, my top two were North Carolina A&T and Spelman, and she was saying, okay, well, give me like pros and cons. And I was saying that, you know, I love the dance team for A&T, and I love this and I love this, and yeah, blah 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 blah. But I hate that everybody from high school basically goes there. I hate how close it is from home. I really don't like the city. I really the campus is not like amazing to me. Like, it's a pretty campus, but it didn't like stick out to me to be better than any other campus that I really saw. And she was saying like, why do you want to go there? And I was just like, honestly, because of the dance team. Like, I'm in love with the dance team. That's what I wanted to do. And then when I didn't make the dance team, and I was talking to her about it, she was like, honestly, I didn't want to say this until after you decided what you were going to do with the dance team, but now that dance is like out of the picture, at least for a year, I think that you should consider going to the other school, because it sounds like that was the only thing that was keeping you at that school. And if you're not dancing and you go to that school, you're not going to enjoy it, because literally, she said, my eyes like light up when I talked about Spelman, and I kind of looked disgusted when I talked about North Carolina A&T, unless I was talking about their dance team. So that's when I knew. I was just like, you're right, I only want to go to that school because I want to be one of the dancers. But one, I didn't make the team, and then two, if I tried to gamble and see if I make the team next year and I don't like the school, I could be stuck, and I don't want to only go to the school to be a dancer. I don't want to be a professional dancer in real life, you know, when I grow up. So it's not a necessity for me to even dance. So yeah, that's when I knew that I wanted to choose Spelman. I hope this video wasn't forever. I have a lot of questions. Okay, is there a lot of drama attending an all-girls college and living in an all-girls dorm? I don't think so. I think it's probably the normal amount, if not less, because I feel like guys cause drama, and a lot of the drama that I knew of was because of guys. If not, it was just some people just don't mesh well together. That's it. So I don't think it would be more drama, but a little bit. You can always remove yourself. Hey Danny Moore, hey girl again. She said, did you have the opportunity to attend parties and other social events at other colleges in the South? The opportunity, yes. In Atlanta, there are a lot of like promoted parties, which is the ones that there'll be at like venues and you'll have to get tickets for, and you wait in line, and you either get like dressed up in heels or you still go like it's a house party. It's basically like a professional house party, and those are open to, they're like promoted throughout Atlanta, so not just at like Spelman College or Morehouse College, but also at Clark Atlanta, also at Georgia State, also at Georgia Tech. And a lot of those parties, those people did go, but I stopped going to the promoted parties because the more I got into the semester, I just liked kickbacks and house parties more, or just like going out with my friends like in the city during the weekend. So did I have the opportunity? Yes, but I didn't really necessarily take them, and maybe I will this semester, but it's not something that I feel like I missed out on, because I liked being part of the city, and I like hanging out with people in my class. I'm not really crazy about partying and meeting a whole bunch of people when I party. But I met other people at other schools. I would want it to be at like on an internship level, like opportunities levels, not party level. That's just me. And as far as other social events, no. Was it hard being away from family? Wildflowers 101. For me, it wasn't hard being away from family. I don't know if I put this in a video or not, but the reason why it wasn't hard for me is because I'm the youngest. So I went to school in Georgia. My brother goes to school in Pennsylvania, and my sister, she used to go to school in North Carolina. I was about to say North Carolina A&T. She went to school in North Carolina, and then like now she works here in Maryland. So we're all over the place. So I always just remembered telling myself, like, and it's the same with like missing friends, if I was to go home, it would not be the same. Not to say that like everybody's changed, but the situation has changed. If I was to go home for a weekend to see my family, nobody would be there. Like, my mom would be out traveling the world, my dad would be working like he normally does, my sister would be working now at her new job at the courthouse, my brother would be at school. So everybody's doing their own thing. It's just, I feel like for the next 4 years, that's really just where my family's going to be. Like, we'll come together for vacations and stuff like that, but for the most part, everybody's doing their own thing. So everybody's just kind of catching up with everybody over the phone and over breaks. So I didn't miss them because everybody was out doing stuff. Okay, did you procrastinate with your schoolwork? Girl, did I. I'm a procrastination queen. Not so much first semester, but definitely more second semester as I got lazier. But yeah, I'm pretty bad at procrastinating. It depends on the class though. Okay, so I have 2 questions coming in right now by Cashews. She said, rigor of education and the constant myth of what class? What does that mean? What? Wait, okay, let me answer that now that I'm there. Oh, you're not there. Okay. Sorry, girl. I don't know what you're talking about, and I can't find your comment. But, this is Alicia. Hey, Lish. Okay, so she says, did you have any late nights doing work because you decided to go out the night before and had to do your work at the last minute? Okay, so I talked about this in like my college study tips or one of my videos, but I had standards for myself. And one thing I told myself is that I do not party on weeknights. That's just something that I don't do. I didn't do it when I was in high school, so I was like, I'm not going to do it now that I'm in college just because I can. I may go out to events, like I would do basketball games. I would do, I don't know, like if an organization was putting on an event, I would go to that because it would end before midnight and I could go to sleep. But I had morning classes at 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. every single morning, so it was not, no. And I know like at my school we had Thirsty Thursdays, so a lot of schools have that. Thirsty Thursdays where it's like you go to like one of those promoted parties and you would drink, and I'm not coming back hungover for my 9 a.m. on Friday. Yeah, so I only went out on the weekends, and that included Sunday, unless I had Monday off. So I think I went out like 2-3 Sundays. That's basically it. So yeah, school comes first. That's what I was at school for. So I would never choose going out over school. That's just something that I decided a long time ago. A Jasmine says, any advice for high schoolers that want to attend Spelman after high school? I've wanted to attend Spelman since 6th grade. Okay, I'll make a separate video on that. It has nothing to do with my first semester in college. Was the schoolwork tough? What do you wish you had have known before coming to Spelman? What's the best advice you'd give to Spelman 19? Okay. Was the schoolwork tough? It was a little bit. Was the schoolwork tough? Some of the stuff was hard. It depends what class it was. I just think mainly it was the fact that they give you so much information and very little guidance, and they expect you to know and remember so much and then just spit it all out, and not spit it out the same way that they gave it to you, but more complex. That's really what the problem was. So for me, if it wasn't like a very basic class like history where it's just this happened this day, this happened this day, or Spanish, like speaking the language, you just had to know it, or math where it's like 1 2 3 equals 1 2 3, then I just had to put a little bit more effort into it. But I think it made me grow as a student, and once I graduate I definitely will feel like I'm very prepared for the world, because I didn't just learn the information. Like, it's so much more than memorizing. Like in college it's way more than memorizing. It's like soaking in, really understanding what you're learning. So yeah. What do you wish I would have known before coming to Spelman? I'm having a video on that coming up soon, so I don't want to spoil anything. And what's the best advice you would give to Spelman 19? Like I said earlier, set yourself standards in all aspects of your life. So what you want to accomplish at Spelman, what you want to accomplish as a freshman, what you want to accomplish in your career when you're older, standards for yourself. So how you want to look every day. Because I know for me, I was like, I'm not going to go to college and be that girl who wears sweatpants every day. I remember when I went to a college visit, maybe when I was 10, and I told my mom, I saw a girl walking, like everybody was in sweatpants, and I was like, what is going on? These people are old and they're ugh. And then I saw this one girl walking with heels, and I was like, that's mom, that's how I'm going to be when I'm in college. I'm going to be wearing heels every day. And even though I don't wear heels, but at that time I wasn't like, you know, 500 feet tall, but I still like dress up every day, and I still do my makeup like very often, if not every day. So that's another standard that I set for myself. I feel like set your standards for how you want to look, how you want to act, the things you want to accomplish, not only like academic and social wise, but also like extracurricular wise, and maybe like things you want to see in the city. Yeah, so set goals. Set goals. Do you love your classmates? Is this Brooklyn? Yes. Why are all of my classmates asking me questions? I love my classmates. I do. I really love my class. I know freshman year of high school, I hated my class. I was like, everybody is so immature. There are not enough pretty girls. Where is everybody? It wasn't until like my junior and my senior year that I was like, where have you guys been the whole time? I love you guys. But Going in, I love my class. A lot of the guys are really, really smart. They have a really good head on their shoulders, and they're very, very talented. And same with the girls. Oh my gosh, the girls are so smart. They're tough. They're tough to compete with, but I love that because it makes me like work harder myself, and that's what I wanted when I came to Spelman. So I feel like I'm getting the most out of my experience. I'm getting what I pay for. Was it hard to get invited to parties, or did you just go? You don't have to get invited. Why can't I talk? You don't have to get invited to go to parties unless it's somebody's like personal house party, and yeah, then of course you should probably get invited. But like I said, you have those promoted parties. Everybody's invited to those. Just buy a ticket. At my school we have like college town, so we have parties that you can go to. If you guys want me to talk more about parties, I do a separate video on that, but it's not hard to go to parties. There's one literally every weekend. I don't know, not one weekend, not even weeks of finals or midterms, that I was like, oh, I really want to go, wow, woo, and I was like, man, nobody's having a party. Not one weekend. It's literally, you have to make the conscious decision not to go out, at least at my school. How did you deal with having to use a community bathroom? It wasn't that bad for me. It was dirty, but at the same time, I liked the fact that I didn't have to clean the toilet or the showers. Like, I hate cleaning the bathrooms, but I hate being in dirty bathrooms. And having, I don't remember what they call themselves. I don't want to call them custodians or maids, because they have a specific name that they like to be called. But the ladies who come and they clean the bathrooms and the dorms, of course, they would get them as clean as they possibly can be because the dorms are old, but for me it wasn't that hard. Once I learned the shower that I liked and it always had hot water, that was cool. We had little stalls that go around the back, so you know, if I wanted to take a number 2, I was always comfortable, so I didn't mind it at all. How was it being hours away from home? Did you ever get homesick? Talked about that. Like I said, didn't get homesick. Shout out to Malcolm. He just put eyes as a comment. Is college in general really as hard as some people make it seem? It's harder. No. It depends. Depends on what school you go to. Depends on how much you push yourself. Because I know that I really pushed myself first semester. And if I would have taken less classes and had less extracurricular activities, I would have been Dean's List. But I like to be a well-rounded person, so it depends what you take on, how hard it is or is not for you. How do you deal with homesickness? I just remind myself that back at home, it would not be the same. And I also remind myself that I'm here for a reason, and I just remind myself of my goals that I want to accomplish, and I just don't think about it. How was the transition from high school to college work-wise, and did your work ethic change, and how so? Transition from high school to college work-wise, just more like even if you don't have homework every day, that kind of thing. I didn't necessarily have homework every day in college, in high school either, but especially in college, like, you have homework every day. There's always a test coming, so I just have to remind myself of that. How did it change? I didn't really study in high school like that. I did a little bit for like certain things. I had to study for Spanish, and I would have to study for biotechnology, but I really had studied for like every single course that I took, especially like for finals. We didn't have finals in high school or midterms, so having like a having to recall the entire semester of information was really difficult for me, because I'm one of those people where I learn it and quit it, Okay, my brain got this much space, you can fill it up, but I'm gonna empty it out so I can fill some more stuff in. But it was really hard for me to like remember everything, but that was really the only thing, and that just changed my work ethic because I just studied more. How did you find all your classes on the first day? Me and my best friend, we took a tour around campus. I think we walked around campus one of the days during like NSL when we were up early, like 5 times. Our campus is really small, so we can do that. I don't know if everybody else can walk around their campus like 5 times, but we looked and we would just be like, where's this class at? And I mean, it's pretty easy. You go into a building, and it says like 300, so you go to the 3rd floor, and then you look at the, and it's like, it'll have signs, so it'll be like classes 300 through 312 this way. You say, okay, my room number is 300 this way. Then you look at the doors, and it'll be like 300. You walk in. Like, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard at all. Yeah, it wasn't hard. How's the workload at Spelman? I feel like I already talked about that. Does it depend on your major? I think it does. As a biology major, I feel like I had less opportunities to go out. I feel like I had a lot more, I don't want to say more work, but there was a lot of like group work, which requires you to work with other people, and working with other people always takes longer because you have to be considerate of other people's time and yada yada yada. So I think it depends on your major. Do you have privacy in the community bathrooms? Yeah, nobody will ever like barge in on you in the shower or the stalls. I guess you just don't have privacy like brushing your teeth because it's just like open, but you never really have a day where everybody is in the bathroom at the same time. The worst time to live in the community bathrooms is during NSO, because everybody has to be ready for at a certain time. Like, everybody will be going to the seminar at like 9 a.m. so everybody will probably be up around 7 or 8, and everybody will be in the bathroom. So that's really the hardest time. But then when classes start, you're going to have people who have class at 8 a.m., people who have classes at 9, 10, 11, 12. Some people don't have class that day at all. And then you have people who take their shower at nighttime, morning time, after their classes, before their classes. So there are very, like, I can't even count on my fingers and toes how many times I've been in the bathroom by myself in the middle of the day, in the morning time, like all the time. So community bathrooms, a lot of privacy. Is it illegal to park at Morehouse? It's not illegal. You can park at Morehouse, preferably if you're a sophomore or above. They allow they allow Spelmanites to park in their garage. You just have to get a parking pass. It's like you just can't park there, you have to pay. Should have mentioned that. You have to pay. How did you get involved, and what are all the activities / clubs that you're a part of? Okay, so I got involved by joining everything that interests me. I was one of those people where I had goals. I listened during that new student leader thing that I was telling you guys about. I listened to that, and I literally wrote it down. I said, okay, SGA, I like that. I like the president. Okay, I want to be an SGA. I literally have a college bucket list on my phone. I shared with you guys, but I don't want to. And yeah, so the things that I'm involved in, I was the intern to the vice president for Student Government Association. I'm a Spelman College student, let me focus. I'm a Spelman College student ambassador. I'm a Spelman peer assistant leader. I was the secretary for the Atlanta University Center Executive Board Council, and I'm the incoming chief of staff. I did the stroll team. I joined this club called Makeup Mob, which is like makeup, fashion, stuff like that. You guys know I'm into beauty and stuff. Ladybuds, which is like a mentorship program organization. It's really, really good. It works with like inner city kids, and that's a really good club to join. And then I also was elected as a sophomore class council secretary. Other things that I did, Spelman Intercultural and Engagement program, that's like CIE, that's how I went to Barcelona. And how else did I stay involved? Mainly just volunteering, like volunteering my time. That's something that I really like to do. It's just go out and volunteer, especially with like other friends or like an organization. So I like to do that. That's how I stayed involved. And a lot of people volunteer on campus, so like if you get an email saying that they need help doing something, and maybe you were not able to participate in that specific event yourself because maybe you're not like talented, or maybe you're not part of that organization, if you volunteer for it, you can do it. Talk about boys and parties. Yeah, I think I'll do a different party video. Again, leave a comment down below if you want to see it though, because I don't want to do something y'all don't want to see. Okay, 4 more questions. Do you feel like you're getting the full HBCU experience, and your opinion about HBCUs? I definitely feel like I'm getting the HBCU experience. I feel like the only way you can get an HBCU experience is 1, going to HBCU, and 2, taking the African American history class. because that really taught me about my history and it made me feel black. Like, that is that class. You know how you guys go in, you know that meme, and it's like, I think it's of Ashley from Fresh Prince, and she's like in like dashiki, and her parents are, and it's like one semester after being at a HBCU. Like, that's literally how it is. Like, I feel like I wanted to wear my hair in a big afro and be like, Black Power, because I attended an HBCU. My opinions about HBCUs, I think that they should be held on the same accord as every other institution. I mean, it's a college. It has way more history. I feel like a lot of pride, and just great opportunities. I think the network relationship between the HBCUs, not only among themselves, but like different HBCUs, is unparalleled to PWIs. And as far as the experience, it wasn't a culture shock for me, by the way, to go to a HBCU, because I've been to a variety of different schools. For the majority of my life, I went to schools that were predominantly black because I lived in the DMV, and everybody here is pretty much black. You have white people, but they're very, like, they're surrounded by black people, so there really isn't a lot of racism here, like, as far as that. But I did go to a school that was like all white, and I had a little bit of problem. I did go to a school that was all white. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't as great as going to like an all black school. But my high school was like half and half. So either way, I knew I would be fine, but I just wanted to be around people who uplift people, and also I didn't want to blend in. Like, I feel like when you go to when you go to a PWI, you are a number. I don't care how small the PWI is, you're not family. HBCUs are families, they're sisterhoods, they're communities, and that's more what I want. Because when I make it and I'm big and you see Brelynn everywhere, you're going to be able to be like, she's from Spelman College, and everybody in the entire Atlanta center is going to know and remember me. Because I made a difference, because I was involved in my community instead of just a student taking classes and then partying on the weekends. I feel like it's just a big difference between HBCUs and PWIs. Okay, I'm losing light. Let me go, okay. Community bathrooms, talked about that. Making friends, talked about that. Getting involved, talked about that. Workload, talked about that. Boys, I have a video, talked about that. Parties, gonna talk about that. Enjoying Atlanta with friends. As you guys know, in my vlog, sometimes it was a lot easier with the car. I can't lie, but going to the mall. Sometimes we would just go out in the city. I want to do it a lot more this next year and my future years. I didn't do it enough, but it's definitely something that I want to do. And as far as like advice to give or to talk about it, I still have to do it a little bit more myself before I can tell you guys like what to do, where to go, how to do it. So to be continued. Okay, rigor of education, talked about that. Classes and use of study is like at an HBCU. Honey, I don't know what you're talking about. How to get out of your comfort zone, but not completely, if that makes sense. Kind of makes sense. How to get out your comfort zone, I would just say literally, just do it. I'm one of those people where I would like close my eyes and press send. Like, it may be a little bit like, for me, but I'll be glad that I did it. And that goes for a lot of like, I know that I'm involved in a lot of different things, and it's not normal to be involved in that many things. But a lot of times I was like, well, I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna put my application in there. I'm just gonna try out for the team. I'm just gonna run and see if I win. Like, of course, these are things that I really wanted to do. It's not like I was just like, I'm not really into class government, but it would be cool. I'd like to see my picture all over the place. I could make cute posters. Alright, I'm gonna run. No, it was like something that I really wanted to do. But if anything like kind of stopped me a little bit, I'd be like, no, just go, just do it. Just close your eyes and do it, and think about the positives, because even if you don't get it this time, you can get it next time. It's always great experience. It's always great to learn from your situations and your setbacks and grow from them. So that's the end of this video, you guys. I know it was a lot. I'm sorry. I may have to split this into two if this video is not an hour long already. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to know more about my college experience, freshman edition, then let me know down below. You guys have a lot of comments to leave, so we better have over 100 comments on this video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye. Hold it, dope delicious.
goes wild.